Hello, let's check out this Fender Player 2 Stratocaster in coral red. This was very kindly loaned to me by my good pals at Kenny's Music in Dundee. Thanks guys, more on them later. And this is most definitely not a sponsored video, and pretty sure you'll be able to tell that soon enough. Most of the reviews that I've seen on the Player 2 series guitars start off for some reason with a history lesson on the Fender made in Mexico standard series and how that became the Player series, and then how the Player series is now the Player 2 series. And you know what? This video is going to be exactly the same. But if you want to skip past this part, just use the chapters down below, alright? The most comfortable neck I've ever experienced on any guitar ever is on my old Fender USA Standard Strat. Well, it's actually this neck, but that's a story for another time. But there is no Fender USA Standard anymore. That was discontinued in 2016 and replaced with the Fender American Professional series. There is also no longer a Fender Made in Mexico Standard series. That was replaced in 2018 with the Fender Player series. Now, as you can see here, there wasn't much of a difference between the old Fender USA Standard series and the new American Professional series. But when the Player series replaced the old Made in Mexico Standard series, there was quite a few significant changes. For a start, we got 22 frets instead of 21. We changed from the old ceramic pickups to Alnico 5s, and these pickups are amazing by the way, more on them later. The second tone pot is wired to the bridge pickup, a much classier looking logo, and a 2-point trem. There was also a switch to Pau Ferro for the fretboards instead of rosewood, because rosewood became like a protected species or something. Sighties!
The earth needs more trees. We can plant new ones, and we can protect the trees we already have. The power is yours! I'm making trees!
And there's probably some other stuff that I've missed out, but please do feel free to let me know in the comments. And now, with the new Fender 2 Player Series necks featuring rolled fretboard edges and the return of rosewood, there's actually not that much difference between these and the old Fender USA Standard series in terms of specs. The only differences I can think of is the string tree, which is garbage by the way, and the nut. The Fender USA had a bone nut and this has a fancy plastic. And depending on what year of USA Standard you're comparing to, there may well be other differences. You can let me know in the comments. But what I'm saying here is, I'm basically seeing the Fender Player series as the same as the Fender USA Standard series. It just so happens to be made 100 miles across the road from the Corona factory. As far as Fender pricing goes, and inflation and all that jazz, I like this. I think it's about right. I like that they've upgraded a few parts and they've not went and just hiked up the price at all, really. It's practically the same as the original Player series, although they were starting to get a bit pricey anyway. But if we look at Gibson, Fender's biggest competitor, you can't get the parent brand Gibson logo on the headstock of your guitar new for less than about £1,200. And people do care about brand names. While a lot of us, including me, are struggling to accept that an Epiphone can cost you over £1,000 these days, Fender are going the opposite direction. Just look at the new Tom DeLonge Signature Series Starcasters. Fender on the headstock, made in China, £1,000. Controversial. But I think we're going to see a lot more stuff like that going forward from Fender. Made in China Signature Series guitars. And people will buy them because Fender. By the way, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a comparison between the Fender Player 2 and a Jet JS300. Two SSS Strat guitars, could be interesting. And we've also got the Squire debut there, the new one, so could be interesting. Right, let me know what you think in the comments. So, other changes to the Fender Player 2 series are the vintage split shaft tuners. Great stuff, very happy with these, almost the same as a set of locking tuners. The rolled fretboard edges, they're only slightly rolled, but it's definitely an improvement over the original Player series. Another change is the plastics. Now, this is a massive bugbear of mine. I don't like the mismatched plastics. So we've got the white pickguard and we've got the cream coloured pickup covers and knobs. And I get why they do it. It's to kind of emulate that vintage plastics where they would age at a different rate, so there'd be different shades, etc. And at some point, someone decided that that was really cool. But for me, this is a new guitar. I want it all matching. Save that fake vintage aging stuff for your Vintera series. Alright? And as we mentioned before, they went back to rosewood fretboards. It's even slab rosewood, which is apparently desirable. Personally, I'm not a big fan of rosewood fretboards or Pau Ferro or any of them darker ones, apart from ebony. I mainly prefer maple. I've never liked the feel of rosewood under the fingertips, but for the people that do like it, it's back, so celebrate, good times, come on. The pickups are the same as on the original Player series, which I'm really glad about because these pickups are incredible. I absolutely love these pickups and I'm always hunting for used sets for a good price. There was some speculation that the Fender Player 2 pickups might be different, newer and hotter, just due to the wording that Fender used in their marketing material. But to put the matter to bed forever, I emailed Fender to ask them directly, and I got a response to say that I would get a response within 3 days. And then, here we are, it's like 2 and a bit weeks later, nothing. Cheers, Fender. And the last change to mention, new to the Player 2 series, is a boatload of new colours. There's loads to choose from. Okay, so a couple of things they didn't change that some people were hoping to see some improvements on. The first is the neck heel, the squared off block. Some people were hoping for some more contouring, but personally, I don't think we're going to see that until maybe the second gen of the Player Plus series, if there is such a thing. And the second thing that no one complained about, but I'm going to complain about it right now because that's what I seem to do best these days. The trem. Remember when Fender trems used to come with a wee sticker over the trem arm hole, and inside was a wee spring to improve the tension of the arm? Well, Fender gave up on that. They don't even include it in the wee bag with the keys and stuff in the trem arm, because Fender know that you're just going to lose it anyway. So why would they bother giving you one for free when they can charge you £10 for a bag of 12 of them? Sneaky. But that's not even my gripe. It's 2024 and this is the Fender standard series, in my opinion. Is it not about time we move to a push-in trem arm? Well, I'm guessing Fender might say no, because if they gave us that, then what reason would we have for spending the extra £1,000 on the American Pro 2? Eh? Okay, let me take a wee minute here to first ask, if you're enjoying the video so far, please do hit the like button if you like it. That helps stuff. And at this point, I also want to give a massive shout out to Kenny's Music for loaning me the guitar. This is a partnership that I'm absolutely over the moon about. Kenny's is my local retailer, and I've been going there for almost 30 years. Well, before it was Kenny's, it was Sound Control. But anyway, it's my local retailer. I want to support them, they want to support me, but no money changes hands. So it's just a sort of tit for tat deal. Everybody's happy. I could say whatever I want about the guitars because Kenny's are just selling them, they're not making them. Speaking of which, you can get your Fender Player series guitars from Kenny's, and you can also get some other brands that I like. And they've now got a growing selection of used gear, so check them out. Links in the description. Right, conclusions. I absolutely love the pickups. The neck feels fantastic. I like the new vintage split shaft tuners, very cool. And although the coral red on rosewood fretboard and SSS isn't my favourite, it's not my favourite colour, I do love the look of the HSS aquatone blue with the maple fretboard. Oofed. And like we mentioned, there's loads of new colours to choose from, so you can knock yourself out. And the price is decent. For a guitar with Fender written on it, yeah. Dislikes. The new mismatch plastics. The string tree still sucks. No spacer. Why no spacer? No trem tension spring included, or push-in trem arm. And the nut isn't cut well. The third string is spaced just a little bit too close to the fourth string, and it's binding in the nut. Check it out. Very annoying. So the tuning stability on this is far from perfect. I was having to retune it all the time when I was doing the little playing clips. So that's a big fail. So, would I buy a Fender Player 2 Series Strat? Well, if I didn't already have one and I really wanted a Strat with Fender written on the headstock, I'd definitely consider getting one of these, if it stayed in tune. But I'm very lucky to have my old Fender USA Strat, and I never play it because I got another S-Type guitar from Jet Guitars, also available at Kenny's Music, and that's like my number one guitar. Because it was so cheap, it allowed me to put a load of mods into it, and like I say, it's my number one gigging guitar. And I've done a couple of videos on it. I'll put it up there and you can check it out. I've even compared it to the original Fender Player series guitar. So yeah, if I was in the market for a Strat again, I'd probably do that again. Mod one of them. So how about you? Have you tried any of the new Fender Player 2s yet? Does any of the models in the new series tickle your fancy? Have you got a Fender Player 1? You thinking about getting a 2? Trading up or something? I don't know. Let me know about it in the comments. Okay, so if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing to the channel. You might like it, you might not, but you'll see more random garbage like this. Also, live streams every Thursday, 7:30 PM UK. What we do is we do a community post poll on the Wednesday and we vote on something, and then on the Thursday live stream, hammering on about, we talk about it. Some people think it's fun. It might be fun. Hopefully we'll see you there, alright? And then there's usual videos uploaded on a Friday, 6 PM UK. Hopefully we'll see you there for some of that. Alright? Thanks for watching. Until next time. See you later.